pitches in WA. I would imagine that it would be similar for subcontinent teams when they come to Australia. The fast bowler goes, oh, finally, I've got something that's actually carrying through and hitting the gloves hard. And there is that tendency to go, well, I'm going to bang the ball in and get my value for money, because normally I'm bowling on dead tracks that bounce halfway up the stumps. Worked nicely. Backward square, but they'll just pick up the one. Rohit Sharma out there is glued in, and this time on the field. He played well yesterday. Did you get a chance to see him bat?
Yeah, tuned in a little bit yesterday, and he played well, and he also played well on Sunday here. Just some of the shots that he can play, Sharma, and just the way he can go through his gears as well, I think's one of the things I like about him. He's always takes a few balls to get himself going, and then he just clicks the fingers and off he goes. So he'll be interested to see if he can force his way into the side. He might not be in the 11 to start with, perhaps for this Test series, but in the squad, and he's probably not far away. Got a talk this morning about KL Rahul, no runs yesterday, and whether India will stick with him.
Kohli now going into a gully position. Moved himself for that short point that he is in for Darcy Short. Now, well, given the fact that Prithvi Shaw rolled his ankle, if India get a chance to bat again, which we're assuming they will tomorrow, does mean that Murali Vijay will get an opportunity, and also KL Rahul another chance just to stake their claim. I noticed in the press conference afterwards the Indian batting coach was saying KL Rahul's important for our team to do well here in Australia, and that they're going to find a way and give him the opportunities to find some form.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player. Probably the most I've seen Rahul bats watched a lot in the IPL, particularly this year. And some of the innings he played where he was just playing shots 360 degrees, and another player who was able to just decide it's go time and really accelerated innings. So transferring that to the longer form of the game. Sometimes interests me how players can be so successful scoring quickly in short form cricket, and perhaps, you know, when they've got a little bit more time on their hands in the longer form, they can struggle a little bit. But yeah, Rahul, another important member of this Indian side.
Driven nicely down the ground, which will mean that Carter gets off the mark. So if you're just joining us for the first time this morning, these have been the highlights so far. It's been an absolute spectacular opening partnership between Max Bryant and Darcy Short, who felt very comfortable playing and hitting the ball aerial a lot of the time, getting down the ground, playing really good shots off the front and back foot. But it was Ashwin that was the one that nearly brought about a wicket here, where Prithvi Shaw has rolled his ankle and was carried off. So concerns for the Indian side, given how well he has performed already with the bat in Test cricket. We reckon that that's the shot of the day so far. Darcy Short threading the needle. And Max Bryant tried to go long again. This time didn't necessarily bounce as high as he would have liked. As we're back here live with Ashwin bowling to Carter.
Yeah, probably the only delivery of the day from Ashwin that he's got to turn a little bit. That one that did bring about Bryant's undoing. He tends to be around the wicket here to these left-handers at the moment, just sliding it in, and it's just continuing on with the arm at the moment.
Darcy Short being very wary. One thing that was noticeable in the IPL this year was the fact that put spin on to Darcy Short straight away, and he found it very difficult to play his natural game. He had to bring about the sweep shot, which was something that he doesn't necessarily like, doesn't come naturally to him. But you saw that he was trying to adapt and change. I think that's pad first, but I don't think it turned as much as what they were hoping for.
Yeah, Ashman again sliding that one in. A little bit of drift. Yeah, just squeezed.
Inside edge that time as well. So all of a sudden Darcy Short, who was scoring more runs than the balls that he faced, now against spin. He's got 4 dots in a row. And there's been some 2 half shouts. Good step forward. So excellent over there by Ashwin. Just the 1 run coming from it. End of the 21st. CA 11 a 1 for 117. It looks like we're going to have a drink. Decent crowd coming in today. Remembering that today is Friday. Weather, happy to say, is a lot better than what it was on Wednesday. So the scorecard for today, just the 1 wicket falling, that of Max Bryant. Played an entertaining knock.
Yeah, good 62 from Bryant, and he was looking like he was in for a big one, but I guess that's the way he plays, isn't it? 62 from 65 balls, or running down and missing one. We could have driven a bit of a bus between the gap between bat and pad in the end there, but yeah, entertaining knock of 65, and Short's 51 not out. Spins just started to slow him down, and Jake Carter just getting started. He's 2 from 7 balls. Just looking at the bowling as well, Mohammad Shami 6 overs for 36. Umesh Yadav 7 overs for 46. Ishan Sharma 4 overs, no wicket for 22, and Ravi Ashwin, the wicket taker, 4 overs, 1 for 12.
The CA11 only trail by 241, and you'd expect while Darcy Short is out there that he'll continue to play his natural game. Wherever India is playing, the fans come out in their droves.
That's right, and I'm just wondering if maybe for day 4 tomorrow we might see, with India likely batting again as well tomorrow, we might see a bit of a crowd on the weekend.
I think we will.
Free entry. Why not come on down to the SCG, get to see the Indian Test side in action. Pretty good day out, I'd say.
Yeah, especially if the weather's nice, and it's one of the nicest places to watch a game, that ladies' stand that they always have open. There's the Sydney boys high. They've come in. Hopefully they've got a period off and they're not skipping school. Whenever there's Indian fans and they're on TV, boy, the hands go up.
Yeah, they know.
IPL time cracks me up. It's all like 11:30 at night, and there'll be babies in their arms, and as soon as the camera's on, they'll thrust the baby up to the camera and like shake it because, oh, you're on camera. It's amazing. What an atmosphere. Have you ever been over to India for IPL time?
I actually have. I was in India playing on a cricket tour myself, under 16s tour, just before the first IPL, and we were actually lucky enough to be guests of the Delhi Daredevils one night for a intra-squad trial match at the Ferris Shah Kotla, and about a week before the first game. And then I remember sitting in a hotel in Jaipur when Brendan McCullum made 158 the first game, and thought, oh wow, this is different.
Yeah.
This is good. What's all this about? But yeah, actually had a laugh. Brett Jeeves, who's now doing a bit of media work, was playing for the Delhi Daredevils, and we're a bunch of 14, 15, 16-year-old Australian boys screaming out to Brett Jeeves, and Jeeves, you know worries. Anyway, we were 100 metres away up in the stand, and got onto him a few years later, ran into him in a media thing, and he said, I thought you were all drunks. No,
we're 14,
no, we're just,
15.
We were just really excited to be at the cricket, Brett. Thanks for your
Thanks for waving.
Yeah, that's right. But no, I mean, what a day. And what a time for Indian cricket, and the evolution of that tournament since is unbelievable.
I was fortunate enough to actually be in the stands for that first IPL match, taken over a New South Wales under-18 female side that included Elise Perry, Elisa Healy, Sarah Coit. Sharma continues, there's a big shout. Paul Wilson not interested, just gives it a leg bite. And there was also the boys' side that was taken over. Adam Zampa, a young 16-year-old, was taken over by, I think Trent Woodhill was in charge of the side. So we were all in the stands during that match. And yeah, you're right, it did change the opinion of what T20 cricket was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Funnily enough, actually, Lisa, I know you involved a little bit with the Mossman Cricket Club, and that's who I was there with Barry Knight, the former England Test cricketer, who was the club coach there. And someone like Barry was very well connected. Hello to Barry if you're watching or listening. And yeah, he knew what was going on, so he had us all sort of. Yeah, it's funny to think of how old cricketers were, and now they're here on the international stage.
Short looking a lot more comfortable against the pace of Sharma. Ideally, I reckon he's probably had a conversation to Carter. If we can make it work that I face Sharma and you face Ashwin, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I definitely think the ball coming onto the bat for Darcy Short, and especially when they are pitching just that back of a length, and he's got such good timing on the back foot, he really doesn't need to make too much happen, and then obviously there'll be a ball in his zone. They're leaving the square of the wicket areas pretty free for cut and pull shots as well, so lots of runs on offer for Short against the quicks, not so much against Ashwin, who's slowing it right up.
Two fielders out on the leg side for that hook shot. Again, Short, comfortable in working it to the leg side, even though it'll be a leg bye.
I'd love to know, get in the mind of Kohli and his quick bowlers at the moment, see what their plan is to someone like Short, because whilst you don't want to be bowling hittable balls that are too full of a length, it also is probably where Short's not had the least joy of all, is on the front foot today. And I wonder if, with two slips still in place, bowling around the wicket at his hip is the way to get him out. Far be it from me to question Kohli, but it's just be an interesting discussion to know what's going on.
Looks like Jake Carter is the type of player that likes to get himself set and comfortable. It's not the dasher that we've seen of Max Bryan and Darcy Short. Managed to score 100 against South Australia for the CA11 a couple of years ago when part of the JLT, and that was the second victory that CA11 had in that competition. Tucked up behind that one as well. The scoring rate has dropped down all of a sudden since the departure of Max Bryan.
Yeah, they're going at a snail's pace now, just around 5.5 and over. So yeah, it's
a bit boring now. Come on.
Yeah.
Prithvi Shaw actually just in front of us is on the medical van, so I would assume that they're off to get some scans. Goes just down the tunnel.
Yeah, tidy over from Sharma as well. 1 for 1 to 1, and importantly they've kept Short on strike to Ashwin here, and you just get the sense that something might be about to happen. Keep angling that ball into Darcy Short. Yeah, just to your left of screen there is just where Prithvi Shaw has disappeared down the race. Or Actually, no, my apologies, not that one. And the next one further around to the other side of the side screen. So, yeah, perhaps off to get some scans, as you mentioned. And we hope all is well with him.
Well, Mohamed Shami just having a chat to the coaching staff. I wonder if they're talking about lines and lengths and what works here, or how to bowl to Darcy Short, or could be what they're having for dinner tonight. A slip in play. Short strives on the up and squirts it out to point. He'll be glad that he's up the other end. Obviously change in field now for Jake Carter. All the deep fielders start to walk in suddenly. So try and put as much pressure on him as they can. Out of the two batters, the Indian side will prefer to bowl to Jake Carter. He's the new bat come in. Only faced 12 deliveries and only scored 2 runs. You get a sense that the Indian players will think, okay, this is a little bit more how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and you can just see as well that Ashwin's trying to race through these overs here. His fielders weren't even in position when he started bowling to Carter or before. And there he is again, just quickly gathering the ball up. Bit of hustle back to the top of his mark, and he's in again. So they're just looking to build up some dots pretty quickly on Carter here and build the pressure.
That one's played nicely behind point, but well fielded by Pujara. Moved very quickly to the right. Again, a player that's not known for how agile he is in the field. He's had knee operations. And just shows you fielding is so important. The end of a good over by Ashwin, just a 1 run coming from it. CA11 now 1 for 122.
Yeah, he probably got through that over in somewhere between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. Ashwin just getting to it quickly. There's no rest for the quicks. Let's see, in fact it's Mohamed Shami. Just looks like he's making his way slowly up to the bowling crease. A little bowling change for India from the Randwick end. Switching ends for him after he started the day at the Paddington end.
Sometimes just bowling a different end, you might be able to extract something different. See, fast bowlers don't mind that. And the wind, there's a moderate wind coming across from the Victor Trumper stand, coming over the SCG Members Pavilion. So this will help Umesh Yadav as he comes into bowl. A bit quicker. Like it got Darcy Short in an uncomfortable position between that thigh pad and the pad. Again, Short's able to play that shot. He got bat on it this time, but he seems in a bit of discomfort.
Don't rub it.
Don't let them know you hurt him.
No, that's right. But again, that stuff on the hip is just such easy pickings for Short. where there's a chance to build up some pressure and some dot balls. They're tending to keep it pretty straight and back of the length to him at the moment. So maybe it's an attempt to not offer width, but at the same time it's also easy singles behind square.
This one stayed a little bit lower than what Carter originally thought it was going to bounce. And also shaped away from the left-hander.
That's right, awkward looking shot in the end. Because of that lack of bounce, he was almost on his toes to ride the bounce and then to try and fish for the ball under that bottom edge.
So this is what the Indian side would want. Bowlers a chance just to kind of get into a rhythm. Be able to bowl consistent deliveries to the one batter, try and see if they can set them up. Whereas when Max Bryant, Darcy Short were out in the middle, they were playing their shots, they were rotating their strike, and the Indian bowlers just didn't seem settled at all. Since the wicket has fallen of Max Bryant, bowled by Ashwin for 62, it's been a complete stop in the flow of runs for the CA11 side. Whereas Jake Carter, 2 off 19 deliveries, is trying to get himself set.
They're just not bowling anything that's hittable at the moment. It's Carter against, it's that length and a tightish line. The only wide delivery that they really have served up to him was that one that in the end stayed low and he couldn't connect with. So he's probably getting a little frustrated at this stage.
End of the 24th over. CA11 are 1 for 123. Changing comms now. Gav Joshi will be joining you, Matthew.
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, little change to the momentum of play in that last 10 overs or so with the wicket of Bryant falling. Ashwin's bowled well here from the Paddington end, just mixing up his flight. Not too much turn, but he's brought about the downfall of Bryant, and they're keeping things fairly tight to Short and Carter as well as we welcome in Gav Joshi. Gav, things have changed a little bit here at the SCG, and it's a bit of a contest at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way the Indian bowlers have been able to pull the peggings back, especially just to start after Maxi Bryant and Darcy Short got away. But Ashwin's been in control, and he's bowling really well at the moment. Still different style of bowler to Nathan Lyon. He gets a lot more side spin on the ball rather than overspin, but nice to get a few overs under his belt. When I say few, a lot more than few. You probably want to bowl about, say, 10 or 15 odd overs today. You had a long stint in the nets a couple of days ago, bowling at least for a couple of hours. So just getting the fizz ready and because it's going to be a huge test series for him, especially a chance for him to prove that he can take wickets in Australian conditions. Just trying to get a bit of drift on the ball.
Yeah, he's keeping it tight, but they're probably just sitting on him a little bit at the moment and able to wait for that loose ball. Some of them are drifting in quite nicely to the left-hander, but not too much turn on offer.
Just got a lot of variation. That's also another big difference with him and Nathan Lyon, who traditionally gets a lot of overspin, defeats batsmen in the air and likes to just hit that one spot with just subtle variations. Ashwin probably has a bit more variations, and I'm sure as we go on during the summer and even just watching him today, he actually varies with the ball that he bowls with his wrist action. If you just look at his wrist, you see some of them, that one's just come out the traditional way. Sometimes he'll just flick his wrist a little bit more, try and get more overspin on the ball. So he's got plenty of party tricks up his sleeves, but sometimes in Australia you've got to stick to the basics, and he's been out here, it was his third tour. He came out here 2011 and 12. We see some Indian fans out there wearing the shirt. I saw Rohit Sharma standing in front of them and giving a few selfies and few autographs.
Yeah, that's right. And he had a little bit of a moment of panic, Sharma, where he actually couldn't get on the field in time for Ashwin to bowl. And he was pretty lucky in the end that the ball didn't come in his direction. Well, there might have been some words from Kohli now. Yadav made a good return to the bowling crease last over from the Randwick end, and he's in again. He's around the wicket short. Yeah, just down leg side. He'll run hard here short, and he'll get back for two as well, pretty comfortably in the end. We'll wait for the signal, maybe leg byes, and it is. Paul Wilson there giving the call.
Especially how they really burst onto the scene back in 2010 and 11, and he'd actually played lots of matches down here on the A Tour, India at the time in 2008, 9 and 10 and 11 as well. Were coming out to Australia pretty much every year during the winter season, but up north playing in Townsville, Cairns, and of course AB Field. Yeah, they've played a lot of cricket up there as well. When I say a lot, at least had 2 or 3 games where he was coming at least 2 years, and I remember him having this really good contest against Nick Mattinson. Mattinson had just sort of burst